Hey guys, welcome to this week's show. Today I want to talk about our sailing across the Great Australian Bight, the Bass Straits, and around Cape Leeuwin. You know, when we started out and we said we're going to go to Western Australia, a lot of people were really concerned. Those can be some really tough seas and some really tough passages, and I just wanted to kind of do a synopsis and an overview of what we experienced there and what we're going through.
Well, we're about 30 miles into our journey around southern Australia here. We got some big old 3 to 4 meter swell.
The good thing is we have the sails out, motors off, and we are making 8 knots on sail alone.
I mean, they're dolphins.
They are.
What are they doing out here?
What are they doing out here?
What are they doing out here?
So, honey, we built this up to be this massive, dangerous sail. I need some action.
We haven't built it up to be a massive, dangerous sail. Everybody else has.
But you told me
it could
be bad.
It could be bad.
Could be tremendous.
Hey, it's not Tuesday yet. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
This passage has been a lot of fun because there's been 3 other boats with us.
Very grateful for the Australian Bight being calm, but it is absolutely calm.
With that being said, we have crossed the Great Australian Bight, we've crossed the Bass Straits, we've crossed Cape Leeuwin. And so now we're in Western Australia, and we had great passages, easy passages. We did motor sail quite a bit on these passages, which is way better than having to deal with bad weather, big seas, and heavy winds, and just a miserable passage. We picked great weather windows. We either got lucky or we picked great weather windows. With today's technology, predict wind, the technology there, and getting all the different types of forecasts on predict wind, the local knowledge that you get there. And I'm not plugging for them, I'm just saying that technology wasn't available 10, 15 years ago. It's available now though, and it gives you such an insight to weather that I think after 45,000 nautical miles of sailing, that you can pick your weather windows. You can pick when you want to leave, you can pick when you want to go, so that you can go to some of those places that everybody else says, oh, that's scary, that's bad, you can get in big trouble down there, you shouldn't go sailing down there. And so with things like predict wind and all the different products out there, and the advancement in weather prediction, it's easy to find those good weather windows. Is it always going to be right? No, there's going to be some times it's wrong, but we have yet to be out there in really nasty, gnarly weather that tested our resolve. Getting back to motor sailing versus sailing, we didn't buy a boat to truly sail around the world. We bought a boat to get around the world. We bought a sailboat because it's the most economical on long passages. It's easy to handle, and you can use the wind to get where you want to go. But we also wanted a boat that had plenty of fuel range and diesel, so we want to turn the motors on. We can turn the motors on and go where we want to go. We also bought this boat because we can load it up with everything we need. Now, I know there's lots of YouTubers out there today and lots of boat manufacturers out there that are peddling the performance catamarans, and those performance catamarans are nice boats. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Sleek, sharp, excellent boats, fast. And if you're a true pure sailor, that might be the boat for you. But you want to make sure your family loves sailing as much as you do. Every time we've been in an anchorage, every time we've been in anywhere where there's performance sailboats, and I go over and I talk to the wife and the kids, they'll say this very thing to me. My husband loves sailing, and he'll go out there, if they're going 10 miles, island hopping 20 miles, and my husband will sail, he'll tack out, he'll take 10 hours to do what we would do in 1 hour, because we'll just turn the motor on and motor straight to the destination in 1 hour instead of taking 5 hours to get there. So I haven't yet met a family that loves the sailing as much as the husband. And there's nothing wrong with sailing and tacking out there, but once again, this all boils back to when you're buying your boat, when you're getting a boat, make sure you know who you are and who your family is and what they want to do, what you want to do when you're out there. The second question I always ask everybody on their boats, whether it's a Leopard boat or a Lagoon or a Outremer or a it doesn't matter what the boat is. If money wasn't an object, would you buy another boat? Would you buy a bigger boat? That's the main question. Would you buy, and absolutely, hands down, everyone I talk to says, yes, I would buy a bigger boat. Every one of them, especially families, they would buy a bigger boat. I have never heard, everybody says, well, we need to buy a boat so we can outrun storms. I have never heard in the anchorages and on docks and marinas, anybody, any sailor, any family saying, God, I sure wish I had a faster boat so I could outrun storms. I've never heard that. You know what I have heard at anchorages? Man, I wish I had a bigger boat. I wish I had more room for my kids. I wish I had more room for gear and scuba gear, and you know, my kids are older and they're bigger, and we have all this gear, and I could haul more stuff, and I could take more stuff around the world with us. I've heard that many times, but I've never heard, I wish I had a boat so I could outrun storms. Just never heard it. And maybe you do need a boat if you like sailing in those kind of weather conditions. It can outrun storms. But once again, I've never heard that, and I've never needed that in 45,000 miles. It just hasn't happened, knock on wood. Hope I never have to outrun a storm. Hope I can pick my weather windows better than that. And I hope luck is on my side all the time, and skill is on my side part of the time. So that's my thoughts. And yeah, we do motor a lot. Like I said, we motored across the bight. We picked weather windows with light wind, calm seas, because my family being happy and not puking and throwing up all the time is more important than going 20 knots or 15 knots in a sailboat and beating the heck out of my family, and then they all want to go back home and get off the boat. That's our thoughts. Great passage making in the Southern Ocean. Great passage making across Cape Lewin and the Bass Straits. Hit those weather windows just right. It's very doable to come around Southern Australia. It's not hard to go the wrong way around. Matter of fact, I think if you were sailing the other direction when we did it, it would have been a hard passage to go the opposite direction. Going back to the east, going counterclockwise would have been hard, because most of the weather windows we picked, the winds were blowing behind us. It was downwind sailing. So if you were going the other direction, you would have been sailing right into it. And the windows going the other direction were only 1 or 2 day windows, and not week-long windows like we had. With that being said, guys, that's my thoughts on the Great Australian Bight. Great technology out there with weather prediction out there. You know, products like Predict Wind out there. That's a great product. And once again, I'm not trying to plug them. It's just the product we use, and it makes it safe. It makes it where you can see what's going on. On another note, guys, we want to do a quick shout out to Barbara and Russell down in Busselton, Australia. They loaned us a car while we were there, and we are very appreciative of that. Also want to do a shout out to Simon and Sophie in Coffs Harbour. They loaned us a car while we were there and helped us out there. They're young sailing couple there in Coffs Harbour, and thank you guys for helping us out when we're in the ports. It makes a big difference when we've got friends and people who will help us out, especially with cars, because it's always hard to get around if things aren't just real close. And with that being said, guys, if you like the show, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with your friends, leave a comment, even if it's a nasty comment. I like the nasty comments. And once again, I look forward to seeing you guys out there on the water. Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Trap. I don't have any boogers or anything, do I? We came across hairs hanging everywhere. Hey there! Hey! Let's get some. All right, I'm gonna start over.